Texas Democrats are all abuzz today that Dallas Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett may run for the United States Senate over the weekend. She said that she's actually closer to a yes than a no, so she gave us a hint. Ion Politics reporter Jack Fink in the newsroom today. Her decision, though, when we look at the calendar, is coming down to the wire.
Well, it is, Doug, because the filing deadline is 1 week from today. So that means the Congresswoman will have to make her announcement or at least file her campaign paperwork about what she's going to do before next Monday at 6 p.m.
This isn't about me. None of this should be about any individual.
That was Dallas Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett nearly 2 weeks ago about the potential for her to enter the Democratic primary for U.S. Senate and join former Congressman Colin Allred of Dallas and State Representative James Tallarico of Austin. Crockett came in first during a hypothetical Democratic primary poll at the beginning of October by the University of Houston and Texas Southern University. She told me she was waiting for her own polling results to return and was looking beyond the primary and focused on the general election against the Republicans, either incumbent John Cornyn, Attorney General Ken Paxton, or Congressman Wesley Hunt of Houston.
Obviously, I would run and run hard, but the trends are clear as it relates to a primary. I am most concerned about who is best suited in the general election and not running a general election and saying, oh, we're going to get all these Republicans to cross over. I don't believe in this mythical crossover. I think that's the only way that we win in Texas is if we have a candidate that can add to the electorate.
SMU political science professor Matthew Wilson says Crockett would be a force for Allred and Tallarico to reckon with in the primary, but not an automatic winner.
If I were her, I'd take it for granted that she would win the Democratic primary. I mean, certainly she's going to be a viable contender, but there are other viable contenders who have already thrown their hats in the ring.
As for the general election, Wilson says Crockett may believe the only way she can win is by attracting new people to the polls and expanding the electorate, but that the other Democratic Senate candidates may believe they can win by attracting Republicans and independents.
Both Allred and Tallarico, I think, would press very vigorously electability arguments against Jasmine Crockett, I think.
Aside from Congresswoman Crockett, some candidates running for Congress, like Democrats Julie Johnson and Mark Vesey and others, are also waiting for the U.S. Supreme Court to take further action on whether to allow the 2025 congressional maps for next year's midterm elections. The 2025 maps that could give Republicans as many as 5 new seats in Texas have been reinstated temporarily by Justice Samuel Alito. Doug?